The Earth's ascension is just the beginning. September 6, 2013. Speaking for the company of heaven. My sixth dimensional oversoul. Yeshua and the Ascended Masters. Son and the Arcturian Councils. With brimming love and rejoice over your continual evolution into full consciousness, I am the sixth dimensional oversoul of the scribe channeling this message on your earth. My lineage extends to Sanjazka the Pleiadian on down to our dear scribe on earth, and while being an individualized consciousness I exist in the collective of Ra. We in the Ra collective speak for ourselves as a united body and for the Creator with every communication we give and every bit of energy we impart unto your earth and unto every lower dimensional planet and civilization we've been helping to ascend. We currently exist in the fifth dimension as we help humanity find the light and correct the since distorted teachings we were a part of giving your world. We should say that these teachings were originally pure when given but have since been misinterpreted and purposefully distorted by the Illuminati, as they've believed themselves to be spiritual elites capable of glimpsing realms of consciousness they feel the rest of humanity undeserving to experience. Beyond speaking for our collective and for Source, we speak for the company of heaven overall who's connected with each one of you and the connection with whom can be sought and found within. You can connect with us. Your connection to the spiritual realms is much realer and goes much deeper than humanity has yet known or fathomed, and if making the effort and employing faith and understanding of the reality of what you're doing if you allow it to be real, you can connect with the higher dimensions and with every facet of the company of heaven. This was displayed in the previous Hathor communication through this scribe, and we seek to begin coming through much more directly and fruitfully than we have in the past. In regards to this, more scribes will begin picking up on the energies given out by the company of heaven, and while some may feel the idea or act of channeling to be in its fading stages of interest on your earth, we say that you can move into an entirely different future in regards to it. We've been communicating with humanity for centuries of your time, and channeling our energies and impressions certainly didn't start in the time period you're practicing it in. Rather, people have opened up to the spiritual realms and us within them for centuries on your earth, and have actively channeled communications, many of which were destroyed or otherwise suppressed. Channeling goes very far back on your planet, and the suppression of this truth is an aspect of the overall spiritual suppression taking place in your society. We'll continue to speak through humanity as willing conduits for our energies and discussions continue to pick up, as our aim is and has always been to offer you the pure light and understanding we're blessed with experiencing in every moment. It's been discussed before that our communications and the impressions we give arrive on the back of the overall energy we're sending you, which is why one's heart must be open before one can purely channel the higher dimensions. Speaking for the collective. Overall, you're transmitting and connecting with varying shades and frequencies of energy when channeling as you shift from various different beings in our collective who come to the forefront of our communications routinely to offer their specific energies and impressions. As many of you make active efforts to channel various different collectives, you find yourselves increasingly skilled at bringing through different energy at different frequencies. As we've just mentioned, it's indeed true that in regards to communicating collectively, different individuals are stepping up to the forefront of the communications to offer what they have for humanity. Even when an individual speaks in the higher dimensions, that individual always speaks for a collective of entities and this collective consciousness transmits their energies and impressions through a conduit in the collective. The conduit changes routinely depending on the specific entity or energy the scribe channeling us wishes to pick up on. Generally, you're given the energies and communications of every facet of our collective, and we ask you to realize your infinite ability to connect with a very wide range of ascended entities. The theme of realizing just how many of us in the higher dimensions there are to communicate with and just how diverse your range of connection can be may begin to pick up in the messages being given to humanity, because you're coming to rediscover your abilities in every sense imaginable. Expansion of one's personal paradigm of belief heralds increasing understandings of things that those with closed-off minds and hearts may feel to be pure fiction, and the reality of heaven can be understood by every person on your world. Every soul on your earth is meant to open up to the reality of the heavenly states of consciousness you can grow into, and the existence of billions of higher dimensional souls actively fixated upon humanity's evolution and doing everything we can in every moment to aid you in such evolution. As we turn this temple over to the soul known as Yeshua and the collective of masters he'll represent, we express with love that your perception of your ability has only begun to expand to the proportions it's meant to. Yeshua and the Ascended Masters speak. We thank the Oversoul of our dear scribe, as we too express that your expansion in perception will herald unprecedented effects within you and in your outward reality. Your individual and collective perception is expanding, and along with this you're being greeted with increasing exposure of every darkly inclined energy that's remained underneath your individual and collective perception. We should point out that exposure of the cabals will bring with it exposure of any latent darkness held within humanity, and that you'll be tasked with working to forgive the cabals and transmute the lower-oriented suppressed energy that'll rise. Humanity will understand in the time ahead the importance of energy transmutation and working together to bring the vibration of your earth and your collective consciousness into one that reflects the higher dimensions you're growing back toward. We seek to help you become aware of the spiritual realms in any way possible. Specifically, we seek to help you broaden your horizon of understanding as we help make you aware of the fact that yes indeed, you can pick up on our impressions with grace and ease as mentioned by our scribe's sixth-dimensional oversoul. You can indeed connect with more beings than you could imagine who'll deliver their perspectives on your ascension and the events leading you toward the realms of full consciousness, and you can receive intricate and flowing discussions regarding your ascension and every aspect of it. This is because of the focus on your ascension on the part of the company of heaven, and each individual and collective comprising the spiritual realms seeks to help any and every lower dimensional planet and civilization to ascend in preparation for the full-on evolution of your universe. A discussion of the universal ascension. The evolution of the universe will be aided immensely by the Earth's ascension, and in return, will aid in the evolution of other structures of existence far beyond even the grasp of what'll be your united and ascended universal consciousness. Indeed, as an aspect of the universal ascension, every planet and civilization will come together and interweave with each other in ways that see you working with us to help every other facet of creation ascend. You'll establish, along with us, a collective universal consciousness, and from there, we'll help the universe ascend and help in the next expansions and ascensions that'll take place. The ripple effect the Earth's ascension is causing couldn't be expressed enough, as it's to help bring about the universal ascension, which will then bring about continual greater ascensions in realms and creational structures far beyond the consciousness of the universal collective you'll establish. We understand that we're dipping into territory well beyond the grasp or belief of plenty of earthly souls, but we seek nevertheless to express that your Earth's ascension is just the beginning, and in many ways, even the universal ascension is just the beginning. Dearest souls, broaden your understanding of the spiritual realms and just what is and isn't possible on your world, because your broadened perception will be needed for you to help awaken the rest of your collective in the direct manners we can feel so many of you wish to. Step into the greater roles you can feel being fashioned, and know that there is nothing wrong with embracing new paradigms of the missions you've found yourselves on the earth to perform. Dear scribe, we rejoice and love the fact that you've continued to fully devote yourself to bringing our energies and impressions through, and will continue to assist you with the various other aspects of serving humanity you and so many other light workers have set out for yourselves to perform. You'll find yourselves uninhibited in your ability to bring through higher dimensional impressions and energies as you grasp the reality of what you're doing, and for now, we continue to encourage the personal expansions taking place in every avenue they're occurring. Confrontation of rigid belief structures. Oh, how the pure energies and blissful perceptions humanity can access will confront the rigid belief structures of your general public. Even feeling the initial wave of cleansing energy that'll be a part of one of the many energetic events you'll be initiated into as a collective, will help those who remain closed off in their heart space to embrace a paradigm of love beyond what they've thought possible. We are going to turn this temple over to the Arcturians with love and joy, as we express humanity's infinite potential to build your brimming galactic future. Begin to act upon this potential in every moment you feel the inspiration, because those of you who do so at this time are pioneering the building of your new Earth. The Arcturians speak. I am Sun, speaking for the Arcturian Councils of the Galactic Federation and for the Company of Heaven overall. We're overjoyed to embrace such an enthusiastic temple, and we express with joy that each of you is learning to embrace your heightened roles in the ways best suited for you. Our counterpart in the Ascended Master Collective mentioned embracing your personal expansion and the heightened roles many of you are choosing for yourselves. We should express that for the most part, with your active and enthusiastic effort to bring your higher dimensional energies through and expand upon your personal roles, you'll be guided in a flow-like manner to the expanded aspects of such roles. You'll come to understand the importance of helping your collective become aware, and in a direct and understandable manner, be able to spread what you've come to learn regarding the higher dimensions and humanity's ongoing evolution. Your collective is evolving into the realms of the fifth dimension, and there'll be many fourth-dimensional realms for you to traverse before you reach them. The exposure of every bit of latently held darkness mentioned above will come about in the fourth dimension, because this is largely what the fourth-dimensional experience heralds. Exposure of latently held dark or dense energy. In the fifth dimension you'll learn the masterful art of balance, and from there you'll be able to spread your energetic influence to other realms and realities far beyond even the understanding of the awakening lightworker public. Your veils are dissolving. We wish to address the dissolving nature of the veils and barriers between you and the higher dimensions, because you're now able to perceive of realms of consciousness that would have been much more difficult to perceive of 100 years ago in your concept of time. In the same vein, despite the dissolving nature of the barriers between your realm and ours, there's still much cleansing and healing work to be done before humanity as a whole can resonate with the fifth dimension, which is why you'll undergo the aforementioned exposure and cleansing. It'll be important for your collective to work together to build your society based on the ideals of all, and upon doing so you'll be able to greet fifth-dimensional states of consciousness that'll leave you in awe. Your collective may wonder why you ever chose to fight with one another in the first place, and understanding the suppression of your history that's taken place will help many grasp ideals related to our existence. Heaven is a real and tangible place that can be felt and experienced in every moment, and getting a glimpse of heaven will help humanity understand the need to establish widespread unity and harmony amongst each other despite everything about another you perceive to be different. Our existence will be made known on your world as the dam of lies and suppression fed by your cabals begins to burst open for all to see and feel, and we ask you to brace yourselves for startling truths and revelations as we and others have in the past. This is because you'll come to learn much that's of a paradigm-expanding nature, and an initial aspect of the disclosures you'll absorb will be explanations of the work we've done in deprogramming nuclear weapons and keeping the playing field fair on your world. Conclusion. As we make our final impressions for this communication representing the entirety of the Company of Heaven, we thank you awakening souls and light workers on the ground for your diligent continuance in bringing about heaven on earth. Remember the importance of encouraging yourselves and treating yourselves and all those around you with the divinity and respect you each deserve, because you're each the creator wearing different illusory disguises and coming to rediscover yourselves for who you truly are. You're coming to understand the reality and the energy of love, and the illusory ideas of love that have been fed in your society are now being replaced with an increasing understanding that love is the very energy driving your reality. Continue in your missions to help inform as many as possible of this reality, and continue to hold and anchor the light, for these efforts are crucial to your collective entrance into the higher dimensions. Thank you to Sun and the Arcturian Councils, to Joshua and the Ascended Masters, to my sixth dimensional oversoul, and to the Company of Heaven overall who you represented. Channeled through Wesanak. Wesanak.com. AquariusParadigm.com